All right, so today we are going to be talking about the current trend when it comes to the banners and the standard banner. We are seeing a lot more units being put in the standard banner, especially with the new version 3.5. We are getting our 5-star pyro character Dehya, and she is going to be put in the standard banner in 3.6. It's nice to see that we are getting more units being put into the standard banner because that brings out a little bit bigger pool of newer units to pull from than the older outdated units that we've had for so long. But I do want to talk about one thing that is a little bit troublesome and a little bit worrying when it comes to having these characters go on the standard banner, and we're going to be talking about that in just a minute. But before we get into that, make sure to leave a like and a sub on the video if you're enjoying the Genshin content. I of course make Genshin, Honkai, and Honkai Star Rail content, primarily Genshin though. So if you guys want to see more of that type of stuff, or if you guys enjoy the content, or if this video helped you out in any way, make sure to leave a sub and a like and all that type of stuff. But let's get straight back into the video. Like I said, Dehya is for sure one of the more popular characters in the Sumeru patch just because of her overall character and her overall personality when it comes to the Archon quest that we've been completing over the course of time. Now the thing about Dehya is that with her being put on the standard banner, it does open up more possibilities for the chance of you getting Dehya for free, technically for free because you're still summoning. But of course, when you lose a 50-50, you're not trying to get like the lost character, you're trying to get the promotional character. But it's nice to have more characters in the standard banner nonetheless. But the problem I have with this, I guess you could say, motion or this trend is not that we're adding more characters to the standard banner, which I think is 100% fine. We should be adding characters to the standard banner. It's more like what becomes of them after they get put in the standard banner. Of course, Dehya will have her first specialized banner in 3.5 in the first phase, and in 3.6 she'll be added into the standard banner into the pool of the lost 50-50s. Just like Tighnari, he had the same exact thing in 3.0 if I'm not wrong. He had a specialized banner and was put in 3.1 into the standard banner. Now, this is the thing I want to talk about. When it comes to their availability, their rarity, and their weapon, which is one of the main things I do want to talk about as well. Their rarity as a character, Tighnari and Dehya are going to be extremely high and shoot up by a fair margin. Because these newer characters aren't getting any type of rate up when it comes to the standard banner, so everybody's chances of getting picked out, whether it be Chi-Chi, Keqing, Diluc, any of these other characters, Dehya, Tighnari, all of these characters are sharing the same amount of percentage when it comes to those characters. So it's a very viable chance that you may not get these characters, or you may not get those ones that you exactly wanted, because there's such a big pool now of characters, and I feel like they will be adding even more characters into the standard banner as time goes on, which I said, still a good thing because then you won't be getting repeat cons of a bunch of characters you don't want. Now that being said, you can still get them. It's a very likely chance that a lot of people end up getting, Tighnari, Dehya, which is really good, newer characters to play with, really fun. But then there are some people that are very unlucky, like how I had troubles trying to get Jean over like years worth of playing. I couldn't get Jean in forever, and then I finally got her, thankfully enough. There are some people who still don't have Monas, who still don't have Diluc, who still don't have Keqing after playing day one in Genshin, and still don't have those characters on the standard banner. So of course, that opens up the possibility of you being a rare character to have Dehya and Tighnari, because you're not guaranteed at all to get them no matter what, because they will not have another specialized rate up banner in the future, because that's just not how standard banner work. The only character that's ever gotten that is Keqing, but that was more like a placeholder banner more than anything for Lantern Rite. Tighnari and Dehya most likely will not ever get another specialized rate up banner. Now, another thing is their weapon. Their weapon is a big point of concern for me, because although Tighnari, it has not been, out for that long. When I mean that long, I mean in the grand scheme of things. He was out in version 3.0, and he released alongside his weapon, the Hunter's Path. Now, Tighnari, although it's been a minute since it's been 3.0, of course, we're in version 3.5, it's only been 5 patches. Tighnari isn't getting another specialized rate up banner, correct? But he does have a signature weapon, which is the Hunter's Path, which works specifically for him and helps him by a great margin. Dehya will also be releasing with the signature weapon that will be specialized for her and is her best weapon by, a flat margin as well. The problem is when you rerun characters, 5 stars to specific, let's say, for example, we're running Shenhe and Ayaka for the next part, you're going to want to run them with their signature weapons to entice people to summon on the weapon banner. So, of course, this means that Ayaka and Shenhe are most likely going to have the Mist Splitter and the Calamity Queller. This is their signature weapons respectively, and of course it makes sense to put them on the same banner. Now the problem is with more 5 stars that are coming out, and we will be making more videos about, you know, the problems that Genshin is going to have as time goes on, because there's a lot that could happen in the time being of Genshin's growth and, you know, timeline of characters coming out, is that when are they ever going to bring back the Hunter's Path and Dehya's Claymore? Because right now there is no possible way to do that unless they want to add these weapons to the standard banner, and they didn't. They're not going to be part of the standard banner. They're not currently part of the standard banner. And when characters rerun, when certain characters rerun, they all get their signature weapons. There's a very few minute characters that don't have a signature weapon specifically because it's not their best in slot. Someone like Albedo doesn't really have a signature weapon that's a 5-star because his best in slot is a 4-star. So sometimes they put it in different weapons that he doesn't really work with because it doesn't really suit him. I think the last time Albedo was here, he got the Freedom Sworn as his banner weapon because he was with Eula. So there's the chance right there, I guess you could say, but there's not that many characters that don't have a 5-star signature slot. And to put the Hunter's Path in Dehya's Claymore, these weapons are almost impossible to get for those people that want to work on Dehya, for those people that want to work on Tighnari. These weapons are almost impossible to get, and probably one of the rarest weapons to be out in the game because we're not 100% sure when they're ever going to come back. We've seen a lot of other weapons that have come back, you know, like the Staff of Home and the Aqua Simulacra, the Red Horn Stone Thresher. And, you know, they have the Primordial Jade Wing Spear, which has been on the standard banner forever. And it comes out every time Zhao is out. So there really isn't any extra space to be putting these new weapons or these not older weapons, but these newer weapons that come out with these premium to standard banner characters. And I just want a solution to figure out why or when or how are we going to get these weapons back, because although I'm fortunate enough to be able to grab these weapons when they come out, and I do plan to get Dehya and her weapon when they come out, even though she's going to be on standard banner, I still like to pull them on their premium banner so I can make sure I have them. For people that aren't as fortunate to be able to get the weapon after they get their character from the Lost 50/50, there's no real way of them getting the weapon. So that is a problem that we are seeing right now with this trend of adding characters to the standard banner after their premium launch, I guess you could say, because we don't have slots for them, nor do we have an opportunity to get their weapon. And the possibility of getting that character once they get put in standard banner is almost an infinite amount of possibilities of you getting it or not. So yeah, there is quite a bit of trouble caused by adding characters to the standard banner, although it does have more positives than cons, because yes, you're getting a new character. We're expanding the pool a little bit, which is a great thing. I'm not saying do not add any more characters to standard banner. That is not what I'm saying in any way, shape, or form. I'm rather just saying that there's going to be a problem when it comes to people, you know, wanting certain characters, which is a gacha game. I understand everything has to be random. Everything has to be, you know, luck of the draw, basically. But, you know, people shooting for certain characters or people wanting the weapons for these characters, this is going to become a over-recurring problem as more characters get put into the standard banner. Well, of course, I'm still grateful that Hoyoverse is still adding characters to the standard banner. I think this is a really good direction. It's just that I think we need to fine-tune some small things like their weapons, how are we going to get them, and maybe possibly adding an epitomized path for standard banner. That would be absolutely amazing. That would be a really good fix to the current situation that we're probably going to be in a couple more banners after more characters get put into the standard banner. So other than that, that's going to be basically it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. Make sure to leave a sub and a like and all that type of stuff. But let's see how, you know, Genshin goes with adding more characters to the standard banner. I'm very excited for Dehya to be part of it. I'm very excited for Dehya, period. But other than that, we got some more videos talking about the other problems that might be happening very, very soon. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next one, and peace.